Hi, my name is Evelyn Charlotte Nakachwa, and these are my scrubs. I last wore these scrubs in around May because at the time the COVID pandemic had just started. I work in intensive care at Carlisle Infirmary. So around May, that's when I last wore them, because these were our personal scrubs we would take back home and clean ourselves. So the hospital provided us with different scrubs which we leave at work and they clean to prevent any cross-contamination. Yes.
So what do the scrubs mean to you as a set of clothing?
My scrubs mean, actually, it's a long journey for me with my scrubs, because I have been a nurse for 8 years, since 2012, and they have been a part of me ever since I graduated. I've had a certain level of scrubs. They are part of my identity. They are part of who I am. Without them, I can't identify myself who I am, because I'm a nurse, and the scrubs actually, they really mean a lot to me, really.
Do you think they have an effect on how you feel emotionally or physically when you wear them?
Yes, they do. Because once I wear them, I know I have the duty to care, the duty to serve, and emotionally they make me feel I'm here to serve somebody, to be here for somebody's life. And physically, they are my identity, actually. Because if you find me on the street, you won't know who I am unless you see me in the scrub. You're like, oh yeah, that's how I know you. Yeah.
So do you think people respond to you differently when you're wearing scrubs and when you're not wearing scrubs?
Yes, very much. When I'm wearing scrubs, there's a certain level of, may I say, respect when you're in the scrubs. With other scrubs, you're just another person in the street, you're just another somebody. You can't really, like I said, you can't really be identified without them. So once I put this uniform on, people can actually tell, oh, that is Evelyn. Actually, it is the same with me and my co-workers. When we're walking on the street, when I find them, I'm like, how do I know you? And I'm like, oh yeah, we work together.
So when you're not wearing the scrubs, what do you like to wear?
When I'm not in scrubs, I go for more like things which usually cover me up most of the time. Because first of all, Cambria is cold. So I have to wear something that has really covered me most of the time, so it means that I'm warm.
So do you find that there are any particular things that influence your style, or is it just the weather?
Oh no, not just the weather. Even my culture, because I'm from Uganda, and in my culture we have more of covered up kind of style. So usually that affects how I dress up as an individual. So yeah, culture aspect, weather aspect. Yes, I'm always in a coat. It's so cold for me.
So you've got your scrubs here, but if you were able to add one accessory to your scrubs to tell people about yourself and your identity, what would that accessory be?
An accessory in the scrubs? It might not be practical, but I would really like to have maybe a necklace or some African bracelets. Yeah, that would make me very happy to have them on. Yeah.
And then what does it mean to you personally to be featured in the gallery?
Oh, it means a lot to me to be featured in the gallery, because first I'm a migrant, so being recognized is an honor to be featured in this gallery, and also being a nurse, especially in these hard times, it's also really a very big honor to show that we are really out there and they are seeing us. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.